Hi, I'm Julie Neckley, and this is a quick video on a tragic transit called Uranus, transiting your fifth house, which is your house of romance, creativity, and fun. The reason it's tragic is because it falls into the general category of Uranus relationship transits, in which the planet Uranus impacts something in your chart related to relationships. And it's tragic because Uranus and relationships are like oil and water. They don't really mix. Uranus is all about breaking away from other people in order to be true to yourself, and relationships are all about suppressing yourself and groveling so that someone else will love you. So how do you combine the two things? What normally happens is that uranical relationships are defined by certain features, like very unlikely people coming together, people who are different ages, different cultures, or it could be something else that makes it that the relationship has to stay in an unsettled state. Like they tend to have an on again, off again quality, and to not ever really settle into something that's like solid and supportive and nurturing. Instead, they're stimulating and they can like rile up your emotions and your imagination, but they don't generally settle down into anything that we would consider more of a real relationship. So, what are you supposed to do if you have Uranus going through your fifth house of romance? The thing is, these relationships can be fun, but they can also be upsetting, because you can end up getting involved with someone who's like really avoidant or who's unavailable in some way. Sometimes it can be someone who maybe they don't have a dick or they won't consummate the relationship, or there's just something that prevents that emotional satisfaction, and so that it can cause pain. But despite being fun, but the way that I think the solution to this is anytime you're having Uranus impacting one of your relationship planets or houses, what you have to do is take a solemn vow that you are going to be yourself at all costs. No matter what, you're not going to sacrifice yourself for the sake of the relationship. And I can't tell you what will happen if you do this because I've never tried, but it should lead to your best chance of getting something real for it and from it. I mean, like, who knows? Maybe if you're true to yourself, the man will turn into a knight in shining armor and you'll be happy forever and ever. That's definitely possible. But one thing is for sure, that you cannot risk sacrificing yourself to please the other person, because A, it won't work. You'll lose them anyway. And 2, you can die in a horrible explosion, because that's what Uranus does. Whatever part of your chart he's impacting is a place where you have to be yourself. And if you aren't yourself, he'll punish you, usually in the form of getting hit by a motorcycle, falling out of a tree, getting struck by lightning, whatever. There's consequences if you aren't true to yourself under a Uranus transit. So when he's transiting your house of romance, you have to be true to yourself at all cost in whatever romances you're involved in. And I would like to say something else. I think when people stop being true to themselves, it's not normally like, I think I won't be true to myself, and I'll try to please the other person instead. I think it normally starts out as like, they're like, well, maybe I'll be true to myself, but maybe I'll just like try to phrase things in a calm, I'll use a calmer voice. And, oh, well, maybe I should choose my words more carefully to be more considerate of this other person. Oh, maybe I should approach them at a time when it would be better for them to talk, to be more considerate. It's like basically starts off with trying to be more considerate, and you just keep trying to be more and more considerate, but the end result ends up that you are completely suppressed. So what you have to do under this influence is just let it rip, just fart and vomit all over them and expect it to be disgusting, and let them run away. Maybe they'll be the right person and they won't, but you can't try to be all nice and considerate and express yourself in some perfect way. You have to be okay with expressing yourself in an imperfect, messy, explosive, uh, catastrophic way, and just let the chips fall where they may. Um, and the other thing about this transit I'd like to say is that please remember it's not just about romance, it's also about self-expression. And that's a great outlet if you don't want to make it all about romance. You also want to have the self-expression because that's going to give you a source of joy regardless of what happens in your relationship, which will make you more willing to express yourself freely in them because you won't be so dependent on them. So this is a time when you can really learn to be more free to express yourself in the world in whatever way you do that. Like your creativity can just become a lot more free. Just like you can really break from convention in terms of how you express yourself. So in that sense, it's a super positive transit. The only thing to watch out for, really, it's really overall a great place for Uranus to be, considering the other places he could be. The only thing you really want to watch for is, in these relationships that you hang on to yourself and have sources of joy, like creativity or whatever, so that you won't lose yourself trying to chase unavailable. I'm censoring myself because I'm not sure what the YouTube rules are. So that you don't want to lose yourself chasing unavailable people. Okay, bye. This was Uranus transiting your fifth house, and I'm Julian Ackley. Thanks.